Dormiremos juntos esta noche, susurró la CEO a su asistente, y él no pudo rechazarla. The words echoed in his mind like a dangerous promise, spoken in the middle of a bright day when the sun was high and the city looked innocent. Nothing about the moment felt dark or secret, yet everything about it changed the direction of his life. In that single second, Adrian Cole realized that sometimes the most powerful turning points do not arrive at night, but under the harsh clarity of daylight, when there is nowhere to hide from your own heart. Before the story pulls you deeper, take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel Kindness World. If you believe in kindness and second chances, your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them. Adrian had always lived quietly, carefully, like a man afraid of making noise in a world that never listened. As an assistant to a powerful CEO, he existed in the background of glass offices and endless meetings, carrying files, solving problems, and absorbing pressure without complaint. His boss, Valeria Montes, was everything he was not. She was decisive, admired, feared, and admired again. Her presence filled rooms even in the middle of ordinary workdays, and yet behind her success was a loneliness she hid behind schedules and sharp professionalism. The day everything shifted began like any other. Sunlight poured through the office windows, reflecting off polished floors and making the city below look unreal. A corporate crisis had pushed them together for hours, side by side, working without pause. Adrian noticed the exhaustion in Valeria's eyes, the kind that no amount of power can erase. For the first time, she looked human, fragile even, and that scared him more than her authority ever had. Adrian's greatest challenge was not temptation but fear. He had built his life around saying no to desire, no to risk, no to anything that could break the fragile stability he had fought so hard to maintain. He carried the weight of past failures, of people he had disappointed, of dreams he had buried because they felt too dangerous to touch. Being close to Valeria forced all of that to the surface in the middle of the day, when reality felt unavoidable. As the hours passed, something softened between them. Not romance in the obvious sense, but understanding. Valeria, surrounded by people yet deeply alone, saw in Adrian a sincerity she rarely encountered. Adrian saw in her not just power, but a woman exhausted from being strong all the time. The struggle was internal for both of them, a silent war between responsibility and longing, between image and truth. What changed was not a dramatic act, but a quiet realization. Adrian understood that refusing connection had never protected him. It had only kept him lonely. Valeria understood that vulnerability did not make her weak. It made her real. In the clear light of day, they faced the uncomfortable truth that sometimes kindness begins with allowing yourself to be seen. By the time the sun began to dip slightly in the sky, both had changed, not because of a promise, but because they allowed compassion to guide them instead of fear. Adrian felt something he had not felt in years, hope.